Scott? Can you explain why you've appointed Dan Brand as the program manager of the K2 program?
Well, the CIO told us that we should have a K2 program manager. Dan was free, he's very technical, been in the company a long time, and so I thought he will be a great program manager.
But Scott, do you know what capabilities a program manager should have?
Well, he should be like a senior project manager and able to take charge. Plus, Dan has been a workstream lead and architect in many projects. How much better can you get?
Oh Scott, it's very important that you understand what a program manager does, and what capabilities make a successful program manager. You also need to understand that if we don't have the right program manager, this $80 million program could go up in smoke, along with a few jobs.
Liz, I've tried my best, but I've never worked with program managers. Aren't they just souped-up project managers, with deep technical knowledge? No?
Scott, this is why most programs go wrong. The wrong people are assigned to the role of program manager. It still astounds me that so many people simply don't understand why a program manager is so key to program success, and what capabilities are required. If we aren't careful, the K2 program will become like the 70% that are over budget, late, deliver less value than planned, and are painful experiences from start to finish.
Okay Liz. Point taken. And I admit, I have never had to appoint a program manager before. So, what is program management really all about?
Okay. Tilt your chair back and listen.
Fire away.
Program management, Scott, involves the coordinated organization, direction, and implementation of a group of projects and transformation activities to deliver outcomes and benefits relating to an organization's strategic objectives.
Okay.
But for years, program management has often been confused with project management, and the terms have been used both flippantly and interchangeably. As you can guess, Scott, this has not helped hiring managers like you acquire the right people to successfully manage and lead complex programs of work. It has also contributed to the fact that over 70% of programs fail to live up to their expectations, in many ways, often because of the appointment of a program manager who is not really an experienced and trained program manager.
Wow. I didn't know that. So what does the program manager do?
Although there are similarities between project managers and program managers, it's important that people understand the fundamental differences that exist. That is the only way they can engage individuals who bring with them the skills, attributes, and capabilities required to undertake each role successfully.
Can you tell me about some of the differences, Liz? I always thought project managers and program managers do similar things.
You're not alone there, Scott. Project managers undertake a narrower span of management control than program managers, and focus on execution and implementation and detailed specifications of how to do things.
Okay.
Program managers have a much wider span of management control, which extends to stakeholders across the organization. They focus on high-level specification of why and what.
Aha.
Project managers engage with subject matter experts, line managers, and other project managers. They work cross-functionally, whereas program managers engage with project managers and individuals at higher leadership levels. There are many other differences, but I hope you can see now that program managers certainly do not replace the need for project managers and vice versa.
That's now very clear indeed, Liz. So essentially, a program manager needs to
build bridges between strategy and realization.
How about building bridges between IT and the business?
They must certainly do that, Scott, and establish and maintain strong relationships between IT and the business.
I like the sound of the program manager already.
They'll plan and develop the overall program plan and provide policy and program direction, and align programs and projects with corporate goals and objectives. They must also conduct multiple-year program planning, and identify annual milestones, establish and justify the need for projects within the program, and establish and manage the benefit realization process. Got the picture, Scott?
It's all becoming much clearer, Liz. And I can see why Dan Brand is not the right person. Can you give me some bullet points on what activities the program manager should perform?
Write these down, Scott. Program planning and governance, program and project integration management, program scope management, program time and cost management, program quality management, program human resource management, program procurement management, program risk management, program reporting, stakeholder relationship management, benefit realization management. Got all that?
Wow. I'm really glad we've had this chat, Liz. I'm gonna talk to the CIO and explain why I need to reconsider who we should appoint.
Great call, Scott. Your decision will change things for the better. You'll see. If you need to chat anytime, you know where I am.
Before you go, Liz, could you give me some of the questions that a smart program manager should be asking and able to answer?
I like the way you're thinking, Scott. Here are 10 questions that any decent program manager will be asking. 1. What integrated and holistic business transformation methodology are we using? 2. How are we tracking progress and informing our various groups of stakeholders? 3. How does the schedule and resource list look, and how are they working together? 4. How are we coordinating projects and programs and ensuring they are aligned? What numbers next?
5.
Thanks. What are the objectives and scope of each of the projects and programs? 6. How are we tracking time and costs and ensuring we are sticking to the budget? 7. How are we ensuring we adopt best practices in terms of quality? 8. How are we ensuring that we have the right people in the right place at the right time? 9. How are we ensuring delegation to third-party suppliers and optimizing our spend? 10. Who has assessed the health of the business transformation? I'll stop there.
Thanks, Liz. You're a lifesaver. Is there a good resource on the net where I can read about program management?
Google a guy named Rob Llewellyn. Then go to his website at cxo-transform.com. Also check out his posts on LinkedIn.
Terrific. But one last question, Liz.
Shoot.
What if we don't have a high-caliber program manager in the company who is available?
Simple, Scott. You engage an external consultant like Rob Llewellyn. People like Rob have run programs for years. In fact, if I were in your shoes right now, that's exactly what I'd do. The investment is well worth it in the long run. You get what you pay for. Focus on value instead of price. And if Rob's busy, I'm sure he'll have someone else who can help.
Thanks so much, Liz. This has been a real eye-opener for me. Let me show you out. Have a great day, Liz. And thanks again.
My pleasure, Scott. See you later.